So if you're a person with a whole lot of time, but you don't have money, then you're using your time wrong. You're going to these courses. You're doing all this BS. How about you get a job? How about you actually get the life skills required so that you demand more money in the marketplace?
So let's talk about get rich quick scammers.
Oh,
Now, this is your, like you spoke about earlier, your multi-level marketing. I've seen women of elder age get caught up in this.
yep,
These are your convention guru
yep,
tickets.
yep,
These are all of those things that, you know, hey, I can turn $50 into $100, or if you can get two other people to come join in, I will allow you to take 25% of their receive income if they bring in 25. And
yeah.
these I'm gonna let you go on that.
What it comes down to, once again, it comes down to greed, right? I'm not saying these people are evil, just demons, someone that just was born bad. What it comes down to is greed. What happens in these type of scams and business opportunities, you're not looking at it rationally and looking at the math, because
Mhm.
the math explains itself. Any multi-level marketing company or any business opportunity, you look at the numbers, but they don't sell you on the numbers. What they sell you on is your opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
But if you look at the numbers, you'll see that the pyramid will fall flat on itself. The math doesn't work out so where you can actually make sustainable money in this unless you got in extremely early and you were one of the first people who got in this pyramid scheme. But that's a pyramid scheme. Let's talk about the conventions and the people with all the courses and all these get rich. I'm going to show you how to be able to flip real estate real quick with no money down, all that type of BS. Once again, they are speaking not to your logic, they're speaking to your greed. Because the logical person would understand buying real estate with no money down and I have no experience. How could I ever be successful in doing that? Well, you won't be. That's illogical. You have no experience, so why would anybody lend you money, let alone 100% of the money to buy the property, and you have no experience in real estate? But you're willing to pay someone to lie to you and say you do have a good opportunity to make money because you're unwilling to do the work that it takes to actually build wealth. It comes down to, are you willing to put in the work, or do you want something handed to you? And if you want something handed to you, you need to find whatever local zoo that's in your community, jump the fence and lay down like a dog and be fed, because that's not how it works in the real world. In the real world, your reward is proportional to the work that you put in. If you want a big reward in life, you have to do a lot of big work to go get it. If you are only willing to do a small amount of work, well, just know you're going to get a small amount of reward. And unless you have switched up the way that reality works, you're never going to escape that paradigm. Period.
Now, have as out of all the stuff that you've been researching, have you seen anything close to legitimacy, or is it just really kind of smoke and mirrors?
I mean, the things that I would see that were legitimate are the things that aren't popular. The things that are going to be legitimate, they're going to explain the work that it's going to take to be successful in it. And if they're explaining that the work that it's going to take, the dedication that it's going to take, and give you a realistic income potential, people aren't lining up across the street for that. Here's my example. You look like you're in pretty decent shape, right?
No,
The
I'm done.
av- Well, you're not,
I'm done.
you're not,
I'm
you're,
washed up right now,
listen,
man.
you're not a contestant on my 600-pound life, basically.
Okay.
Right? Okay. All right. So anyone who has ever been in a situation where you're trying to get in shape or you've been in the fitness industry or whatever, you understand In order to get in decent shape, it's very simple. You need to burn more calories than you take in. Now, there's other things that you can add to that, but it's
Mhm.
at its most core basic level. If you burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight.
Yep.
Very simple concept, but never confuse something that's simple with something that's easy to do. See, that's a simple thing. Burn more calories than you take in. Simple. But in order to do that, you have to work out regularly and eat healthy. That is hard. The problem that we have when you become a victim of a scam, you're looking for the easy thing. We have a $1 billion industry in fitness that is not burn more calories than you take in. It's take this diet pill, wear this wrap around your waist so that you can get a figure 8 figure. You don't have to actually work out, just wear this girdle. And the girdle is going to force your body to get the shape that working out would normally do. See, there's all these shortcuts that they sell people to get the results of what actual hard work can achieve. But why is there a line around the building for the shortcuts and there's almost no one willing to do the hard work? It's human nature.
Yeah, I think it's human nature. Also, let's be honest. Sometimes we believe the financial tools or these this capitalistic system does have some type. We see people get rich off of nothing, like literally, like we all. Sometimes it's just kind of like, yo, there has to be something unique out there that I want to be a part of, you know. So
Yeah,
I
but,
think sometimes a lot of people get caught up in the fact that they're
but
trying to be the next like best Shark Tank member, you know,
no,
trying to figure out.
but here's the issue. Here's the fundamental flaw in that thinking.
Mhm.
The very, very few people who get rich off of nothing, those are the exceptions to the rule. They're not the rule. Then there's the situation of perception. There are people who we see who get very rich, and we take on the assumption that they got rich off of nothing, but you don't know the full story. See, I've got a client who got into Dogecoin extremely early,
Yeah.
extremely early. They invested a total of $1,500. That $1,500 grew to over $600,000 over a 3 to 5 year period. Now, a person will say, wow, they got rich overnight off of nothing. Well, that's the exception to the rule, one. Number two, he was into technology. He was into cryptocurrencies extremely early, and he had the free cash just to throw $1,500 at something where if he lost it, he wouldn't care. That's one of the exception to the rules. But when we talk about Shark Tank, bro, the people who get on Shark Tank are business owners, small business owners who have been working their asses off for years. Then they finally get into a position to pitch their business to investors who can fuel it with their money enough to make it grow. There's far too many people who we see as overnight successes, but in reality, they are not overnight successes. These people have been working for decades. You just noticed them overnight, but they've been
Yeah.
working in the shadows for decades, and that's what made them successful. There really are no true overnight successes. It's just that the general population, we only see them when they go up and think, oh man, they came out of nowhere. They didn't come. That's like a baby, right?
Yeah.
Somebody said, how did you get pregnant? Right? Oh, it just came out of nowhere. No, something happened. You didn't just get pregnant out of nowhere. And that's how success happens. Something happened. You just didn't see it happen. And
And
you
I
make the
look,
assumption
I
it was
agree with
overnight.
you. I agree with you.
Right.
And I think that's good and all.
Right.
But tell somebody who has a lot of time on their hands and they're trying to figure that out,
Right.
hey, if you come to this conference, we're going to give you free tickets to the Lakers. Or are you going to be, you could take a picture with Susie Ullman and hey, this book that I sell, and it's an all course, I'm going to give it to you for $100.
Right. Or free. They give it. Here's my problem with the setup. Why do people have so much time on their hands? See, my father, I love my father and my parents so much, man. And it shows some of my privilege of the fact that I grew up in a two-parent household. My father gave me so many lessons. One of the things that he taught me is that a true man, and you can say an adult, you either have time or you have money. A person that does not have time and they do not have money, they haven't figured out how life works. So if you're a person with a whole lot of time, but you don't have money, then you're using your time wrong. You're going to these courses, you're doing all this BS. How about you get a job? How about you actually get the life skills required so that you demand more money in the marketplace? If you're a person who the only thing you have to offer this world is your labor, right? You can push a mop, right? You can pick up boxes and put them somewhere. You're telling me you're 35 years old and the only skill you have to provide the marketplace is your labor? You're doing something wrong. It's not over for you. Don't think that. But you need to get skills that are beyond your labor because time is out for you being able to get into the middle class based off your labor. There's robots now that can take the sweeping of the mop. There's robots that are picking up boxes in Amazon warehouses and putting them on shelves. You need to spend the time that you have either going to trade school, going to junior college, getting coding certifications so that you can offer something to the marketplace beyond labor and get rewarded what you say is your worth. But you'll never do that based on your labor because no matter how strong you are, they can build a robot to pick something up and put it somewhere else. What do they need you for? I'll buy that robot for $3,000 one time and maybe have some annual maintenance fees. I ain't got to pay you jack. I got to pay you $12 an hour or $15 an hour or $35,000 a year for the next 20 years when I can buy a robot for $10,000 one time and just do maintenance over the next 8 years? Think about that, man. That's a you problem. Fix you.